Taylor Jenkins Reid writes the book that feel like celebrity gossip, heart-wrenching romance, and pure drama rolled into one. I read every single one from the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo to Carrie Soto Is Back, and here's my honest, no sugarcoating review and my ranking from the worst to best, and it'll definitely upset some fans. So hey everyone, and bienvenue to my second video on my booktube channel, Amherst Reading Books. Let's go. The first book is Carrie Soto Is Back, and it's a historical fiction novel that tells the story of a professional tennis player and her rise to fame. The book follows how she retired from tennis and then attempts a comeback to defend her record of Grand Slam wins. As with each of TJR's book, this book has its own distinctive pattern, and it is that the chapters are organized around the years and matches from Carrie's career. And also, like her other books, this has also those parts from a show or a newspaper gossiping and judging the celebrity in the story. And honestly, those are exactly what I read Jenkins Reid's books for. I especially loved Carrie Soto's relationship with her father. It develops as the story goes on, hits a breaking point, and then mends into something even stronger than before. As someone who plays tennis, I found this a comfortable, easy read. It lived up to the hype, and I highly recommend it to tennis fans as well as anyone looking for a cozy read, though I wouldn't call it TJR's best book. I read it in a week and I rated it 3.5 out of 5. And my favorite quote from the book is this. Gwen stands up and puts her hand on my shoulder. Falling in love is really quite simple, she says. You want to know the secret? It's the same thing we're all doing about life every single day. I look to her. Forget there's an ending. It's actually so sad. The third book is, surprise, surprise, Daisy Jones and the Six. Here's what Jenkins Reid writes about it. This book is an attempt to piece together a clear portrait of how the renowned 1970s rock band Daisy Jones and the Six rose to fame, as well as what led to their abrupt and infamous split while on tour in Chicago on July 12, 1979. And in the end, she adds, the truth often lies unclaimed in the middle. The moment I read that, I thought, yep, this is exactly what I've been looking for. So I picked it up, I started reading it, and I just couldn't put it down. Out of all her books, this one has one of the most engaging storylines. I really connected with the characters, how well they were developed, the way their relationships evolved, the banter, the humor, everything. It was an emotional roller coaster and a genuine page turner. And what's especially unique about it is the way it's written. It's entirely in conversation format. The seven band members take turns narrating what happened, and that style just adds to the excitement and the whole rock documentary vibe. There's also an Amazon Prime adaptation starring by Riley Q and Sam Claflin. I actually really enjoyed it. The concert scenes were fantastic and the soundtrack was incredibly catchy. It gave me that nostalgic 70s rock and roll feeling, so I'd definitely recommend watching it too. I read this book in 20 days and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and I'm sure I will reread it someday. And my favorite quote is this. All I will say is that you show up for your friends on their hardest days and you hold their hand through the roughest parts. Life is about who is holding your hand, and I think whose hand you commit to holding. And also this gem. Men often think they deserve a sticker for treating women like people. The second book is Malibu Rising. It tells the story of 4 famous siblings who throw an epic party to celebrate the end of the summer. But over the course of 24 hours, their lives will change forever. At its heart, it also follows the story of Nina Riva, a talented surfer and supermodel, along with her parents and siblings. The narrative unfolds across 2 timelines, one covering the present day party, with each chapter making an hour of the day, and another delves into the Riva family's past between the party scenes. This back and forth structure explored the themes of family, fame, secret, and how the past shapes the present. It's one of the most powerful books I've ever read, and I was hooked from the very first page. But why I preferred it over Daisy Jones and the Six, unlike the most readers. First, the way the present storyline plays out, the chaos of the party, drawing celebrities doing bizarre things, the high energy atmosphere, was addictive to read. But beneath all that, there's a deeper layer. The connections between these celebrities, the challenges rival siblings face, and Nina's marriage falling apart. All of it unfolds while the party rages on, and it felt more like watching a movie than reading a book. And on top of that, the story constantly flashes back to the family's history, adding depth and keeping me on the edge of my seat. Second, I loved how distinct each character felt. Every member of the Riva family, Nina, Hood, Jay, and Keith, had qualities and traits no other characters share, which made me feel like I was reading a real family biography, not fiction. I read this book in just 3 days, and at the time I was going through some of the darkest days of my life, and this story brought light to those moments, which is why it will always has a special place in my heart. If you're looking for a fast-paced, emotionally impactful read, this one is perfect. And I rated it 4.5 out of 5 star, and this is actually the book I'd give to people I care about. And for Malibu Rising fans, good news, Hulu is adapting it into a television series. I don't have any more details yet, but I'm excited to see this book come to life. And my favorite quote is this: when there's only you, you do not get to choose which jobs you want. You do not get to decide you are incapable of anything. There's no room for disdain or weakness. You must do it all. All of the ugliness, the sadness, the things most people can stand to even think about, all must live inside of you. You must be capable of everything. And finally, the first book is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. You guessed it right. Here's a quick summary. Aging and reclusive Hollywood movie icon Evelyn Hugo is finally ready to tell the truth about her glamorous and scandalous life. But when she chooses unknown magazine reporter Monique Grant for the job, no one is more astute than Monique herself. Why her? Why now? This book is also told in two timelines. First, we follow Monique Grant's life, where she's the main character, and second, we dive into Evelyn Hugo's past, her rise to fame, and all the secrets she shares with Monique as she tells her life story for the biography. This is the book that actually made me a reader. The story is beautifully written, and the plot twist will leave you staring at the ceiling for an hour, replaying everything in your head, wondering how it all came together. I really connected with Monique's mixed feeling towards Evelyn. Sometimes she hates her like she's the most loathed celebrity in the world, and sometimes she pities her like she's the one life has treated unfairly. I also loved the whole Hollywood vibe, how everything feels fake, how people sacrifice what they truly want to reach the top, and the cost of that ambition. Like Carrie Soto Is Back, this book has also magazine and show style scripts exposing celebrity scandals, and they definitely add to the drama and the hype. This story stayed me long after I finished it, and honestly, I recommend it to any creator that can read. I read it twice, once in 2 days, and once when I recommended it to a friend, and we decided to read it together. And this book actually brought us a lot closer, and I will always be thankful to this book for the friendship it gave me. I rated it a solid 5 out of 5. No hesitation, this is a must read. And my favorite quote is this: People think that intimacy is about sex, but intimacy is about truth. When you realize you can tell someone your truth, when you can show yourself to them, when you stand in front of them bare and their response is, "You're safe with me," that's intimacy. What's really cool about TJR's books is that she basically created her own little universe, and in each book, she picks up a different character from the world and tells their story. As for example, Mikriva shows up in The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo as one of her husbands, and then again in Malibu Rising as Nina Riva's father. Also, Carrie Soto, she's the main character in the Carrie Soto Is Back, and then she also pops up in Malibu Rising as a guest in Nina's party. And there are plenty more crossovers like this in her books, and actually this is one of the most fun parts of reading her books. Out of Jenkins Reid's other novels, I also tried Forever Interrupted, but I gave up reading after about 30 pages. It just wasn't my cup of tea, and the writing style felt a bit different from her other books. Maybe I'll give it another shot someday, but I'm way more excited about her newest release, Atmosphere, we just published this June. It's on my TBR, and I hope I get to it before the summer ends. So if you have read any of her books, don't hesitate to share your opinions in the comments, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Love you all, bye for now.